Let's get some work done today.
Open up, you OPN. Bitch, you want BBM. We should be closer than friends.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is just like a disclaimer before my video actually gets started. Went into this video with very high hopes and intentions. I watched the very few videos that they had on this hairstyle. I watched, and so I was very optimistic about being able to accomplish this look. Two things that as a stylist you know, but sometimes you know you have to, it has to be reinforced within you. One is that you have to take into account, obviously, what the person wants. Two, you have to take into account how it's gonna look on them. And three, you have to take into account their physical. So if you have somebody with a head as big as mine, a face that is full but not like round, and has a wider set body, big hair is our best friend. It makes us look smaller, especially depending on what kind of personality you have. You can just walk around and rock that thing. I love big hair. I love it. But then there are people who are smaller in physique. They have smaller heads, smaller faces, and they have less rambunctious personalities on top of all of that. And you try to give them a style that makes them look like a lion, and it just doesn't work. It's okay. She was able to get what she wanted, and so I probably won't show any end results, but I just want you to see the process. I want to be transparent because I promised transparency when I started this channel, and so I want to show you that sometimes in cosmetology, things are trial and error, and it's all about how you bounce back from that and how you pivot. For all of my ladies and gentlemen with hair who go and get their hair done or cut or whatever it is, even if you are non-confrontational, even if you have the worst communication skills in the world, one thing you have to do when you're going to see someone for a service, whether that be your doctor, your lawyer, your therapist, or your hairstylist, when you are consulting with someone or someone is consulting with you, you need to be honest with them. That's just a tip for everybody. It is so important that when someone is checking in with you on the status of something, that you say, you know what, it looks kind of whatever, and just be honest so that we know how to fix it, because we'll avoid a lot of extra work that way. That's on your hand. On the stylist and service provider's hand, you also need to be cognizant enough and aware enough to be like, you know what, this is not working, we might have to pivot. You have to be honest with the person that you're working with, your client, and you have to truly do what's best for them. So like for a cosmetologist, it's important that you are honest with your client. I would, in most cases, I would be like, listen, I know this is what you wanted, but that's not working for you. You know what I mean? Like, I've had situations where I've had a client who wanted like platinum blonde hair, but their hair color was the same color as mine. You're not gonna get that much lift in one sitting. You're just not. And if you try to, you're gonna fry your hair. If not, melt it all the way off. Yeah. So you have to manage your client's expectations. So that's just a tip for all of my people who work with clients of any form. Always be transparent and forward and honest with your clientele, because that builds trust, it builds rapport, and it could possibly save you extra work, extra energy, extra mistakes, whatever. It just depends on the situation. That's not to say that this is what happened here. I just went off on a rant. I think what happened here was a combination of me not taking into account the size of my poor sister's head, and me doing something for the first time, and not having a lot of information. Like, there wasn't a lot of information on this style online. And I don't personally know any like African braiders or anything like that. So everything I do based off of how I feel, what I've seen, and whatever's trending right now. I'm gonna show you this now, but this is for a different video, and she kind of a mess because her hair has been in these braids for about 6 months. But I did this style on her, right? Obviously it wasn't out, it was like up or whatever. And so basically at this point, I forgot what I was talking about. I had a moment, but I was basically just explaining that I used the mannequin to practice a style a client asked for. But yeah, so just take into account what you're doing, and be careful to not overexert yourself doing something that doesn't make any sense. Oh, that's what I was saying. So there wasn't any information. So like, I had a client who asked for her daughter to have like an updo similar to this, to have her hair out of her face, but she needed pigtails. So obviously it wasn't going up like this. It needed to go like to the sides or whatever. And every video that I saw on it had these like complicated designs and things like that. I literally, with this, I just followed the shape of Sis's head. Like, if I would have done that with that client, she would have been a lot better off. I also have a hard time with geometry and shapes and seeing where lines are gonna end up. So I struggle with like diamond parting and any kind of geometric situation on a head. I struggle with, except for cutting. I understand vertical, horizontal, diagonal. I understand pulling from the base. I understand 90 degrees versus 45 degrees versus 0 degrees. So I'm able to do haircuts, but for some reason when it comes to like sectioning, like this was a mistake. It came out cute, but it was a total mistake, which is why it's like off to the side, because it was a mistake. But as you can see, I'm able to like part it this way and lay it down this way. I'm able to part it this way and then have a, like, you know, it's a side part, but it's also slanted, which I think is super cute. I'm able to wear it back super cute. Usually when I do like a half up, half down, I have to go from here to here. With this, I don't have to do that because of the way that it's parted. I can literally just go like this, grab from like here, so I'm not pulling on this hair that's always being pulled all the time, and do one of these, and it still gives the same effect. I'm learning. Like, yes, I've been braiding hair for years. Yes, I have been touching people's heads for years. And yes, I went to school for this. But everything is a learning experience. And I want you to know that it's okay to still be learning. If you're not a forever student, then you're not going to grow in your career, whatever that career is. So I want you guys to really, like, consider that moving forward. This video is going to be probably a little long because I went off on this rant in the beginning of it. So expect like a 20-minute video. If you stay for the ride, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So yeah, let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's LaReina1590. Today I'm going to be attempting butterfly locks. Butterfly locks? Mm-hmm. Butterfly locks. It's basically faux locks, but there's a little hidden aspect of it. We're going to use the passion twist hair along with the Marley hair, and it'll give it like a distressed look. It's the first time I'm trying it, but I have confidence in myself. I believe I can do it. This video is featuring my sister. I will put her social media information in the description below. She has a food company where she cooks dinners for people, and it's comfort food. It's all the good foods that we love to eat, but that we don't need to eat all the time. And she is an amazing chef. So please follow her order from her and support her. And so yeah, that's what today's gonna be about. I will be back in a few minutes to show you how we're gonna set up. First, I need to blow dry her hair. I just finished washing it. And we are back. This is fully blown out. And we are just gonna section and get started. I'm not gonna talk a lot during this video because my sister is clearly engaged in SpongeBob right now. So we're gonna, just get started, and I'll be back to talk to you when I feel like it, So here we are just sectioning the hair. I was trying to give her some sort of geometric diamond triangle situation. I'm going to show you now that I used the edge booster, yay, from Style Factor, and it worked really well in her hair. Her took really well to it. For the rest of this, I'm just braiding down her actual hair, and then we're going to crochet everything into the braids that are in her actual hair. So here I'm just showing you how the sectioning came out. I was actually pretty proud of how the sectioning came out because I'm not that great with geometric shapes. So just showing you what it looks like before we start the crochet process. So here is the first technique that I tried, which was the one that I saw the most in the videos that I watched, where they crochet a piece of marley hair and a piece of spring twist at the same time, and then you just proceed to pull it out. Unfortunately, at this time I actually messed up my technique, and I end up bouncing back and forth throughout this scene between the proper technique and the incorrect technique. Okay, so here, while I'm showing you how I did the second technique, I'm also showing you what her end result pretty much looked like. The red ones in the back are pretty much what her whole head looked like. There were just way too many of them. So what I did was I wrapped the marley around first, and I wrapped it all the way down to the ends of her hair. And then I went in with the spring twist hair, and I wrapped that all the way down to the same length as the rest of the twist. And that was the second technique that I used for the majority of her head, and that actually ended up working out better for me. The twist came out tighter, and it was less bulky. So here I'm just showing you how I separate the hair in order to get it to wrap around the lock without disconnecting. When you do not separate the hair, you'll see that the lock does unravel. So as you can kind of see here, the hair is becoming too big for the head of the person that is sitting on. I'm so far along in the process, and it is so late in the evening that we just kept going, and I told her I would fix it for her the next day because it was becoming too much. I did want to emphasize though that in this way we wrapped it with the black first, and then we wrapped it with the spring twist second, and this ended up working out better than the original way, but still. So if I could just wrap this video up really quickly, it would be just to say to be patient with yourself, especially when you're trying something new. Definitely work things out in your head and try your best to accommodate the client, but also manage their expectations. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you have learned something in this video. Everything is not always going to be an achievement. Some things are going to be failures, but even in failure, we see achievement when we grow and we learn. Bye, guys.